Hello everyone, this is Snood, a PC game that those of you who have watched my Twitch streams for a while know that I like a lot and play very frequently ever since I was a kid. I recorded this footage all the way back in November while thinking of other random games to record, like when I was doing Interactive Buddy and stuff, and I've just kept it sitting on my computer since then because it includes what you're seeing here, which is an actually successful attempt at completing all 15 of the levels that are available to you of the puzzle mode in the free version of this game, which is sort of the closest thing to like a linear game mode that exists in this game, at least as far as I am aware. And I'm going to spend most of this video talking about Snood and stuff, but first I want to get to the thing that is the excuse for why I'm putting this up at this particular time, and that is that I need an outlet to boost a straw poll for what my next LP should be, because Revenge of the Flying Dutchman will be ending fairly shortly. Now, if you're watching this later on after it's been uploaded, you can pretty much just disregard this because this poll will be closed, but for those of you watching right when this video is being put up, I'm going to leave the poll active for much of the remainder of the Flying Dutchman LP, and I would just like people's input on which of the 3 games that I've sort of been mulling over to come after this game you would like to see me do. I'm not necessarily going to hold myself to whatever the ultimate winner of the poll is. It's just so I can kind of gauge where people are at, mostly because I plan to do all 3 of these games at some point, but I'd like to see where people's interests are before I pick one, so that is all I will say about that. Please vote in the straw poll within the next week or so. So yeah, that's that. So, with that out of the way, I guess I can start talking about what you're actually seeing, for those of you who may be unfamiliar with Snood. And if you are, I'm sure by now you've kind of already grasped what the point of the game is. It's one of those games where you have to shoot the things, the similarly shaped snoods. Or at least I call them snoods. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be, but that's what I call them. And I believe that all these differently shaped snood things have names. I don't know what they are. When I was a child, I came up with my own names for them. I cannot say that I remember what any of them are, but when I was a kid, I actually, like I tried to do with almost everything that I liked, I tried to come up with my own idea for it, so I came up with an idea for an animated Snood TV show, which, you know, God knows what the plot of that kind of show would even be, but all I knew is that I liked these little boys' faces, and I wanted to see a, like, children's television show with them as characters, so I could make anything into a potential movie or show idea when I was a child. I had no accounting for sense with that. But, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. There's a few different game modes, and like I said, this is the one that's closest to, like, a linear game mode. And what you just saw there, on that one called Tricky, almost never happens to me. Because, yeah, while there certainly is, you know, strategy and aiming with regard to like how to be good at this game, a lot of it is also kind of luck, because you just have to go with whatever Snood, your little robot minion at the bottom of the screen, gives you to shoot at the boys. And I don't remember if I include the one, like, unsuccessful attempt at this that I did. This is the one that always trips me up. I have no real idea how else you're supposed to do that level except for how I did it there, where just get it down to a certain level, and then eventually you will get one of those blue guys to squeeze in there and hit the line of them at the top, but, like, sometimes it just doesn't happen, and I haven't like memorized what the sweet spot is for like where I should be pointing the little gun to get them up there. And I mean, like, to get the points bonus, I would have to use way fewer snoods than I do. But I kind of have no idea how to do that. So yeah, I rarely get to this part when I just play through these 15 puzzle levels that are available to you. But I really lucked out there. This is part of why I wanted to, upload this footage, and why I kept it on my computer for 6 months, is because I was managing to do a lot of the things in these levels that I always have trouble doing, and I was like, oh fuck, like this is actually going pretty well. And if I were to ever make just a single video showing off this game and me playing it, then I would like it to be one where I finish all the levels. And maybe in the future I'll upload more Snood videos. There are different modes. There's child, easy, medium, hard, evil, and Armageddon, and the main thing that changes is just the number of snoods on the screen. Child, I know, gives you a thing to aim with, like it shows where your snood will end up, which is very helpful. It's crazy that isn't even in the easy mode, because that's one of the main challenges, is not knowing exactly where your thing is pointing, at least for me. Especially when you have to do these sort of weird trick shots, like with these, where you have the barrier of skull snoods, of dead snoods, which were always very, ominous to me when I was a kid. I was like, oh, because to me it felt like, they formerly were the colorful snoods, and then something happened to them. And I'm like, what are they doing with the corpses of these snoods? Or is it Snood? Is it like Lego, where the actual plural is without an S, even though I and everyone I've ever known says it with an S? Like, I say Legos. When I'm referring to, individual Lego pieces, I say Legos. When I'm trying to say that, you're going to play with Lego pieces, I usually say Lego, play with Lego. And usually I'm specifying, a Lego set, build a Lego set, not just build Lego, because that sounds fucking weird. Because it sounds like Lego is a concept that you're building, and not, discernible physical objects. But yeah, no, I guess this is just the successful attempt at these. It's just that these later levels are a little more precarious, and you have to be a little more careful, and so they take a little bit longer. You kind of blast through those first 8 or 9 levels pretty quickly, for the most part. And when I say that this was a successful attempt, or this was one of my better runs of this, I'm not trying to say that this was a perfect one, or that score-wise this was super impressive, because I'm not really sure. I think I did fairly well, as far as the score goes, but I mean, I haven't ever ventured to see what a typical really high score for this is. So and I've never played any levels past level 15 because I've never registered past the free version. If anyone knows where I can get the free version or the not free version for free, maybe I'll do that. But yeah, this was just one of many games that I would spend hours playing on my mom and dad's off-white generic work PC. And yeah, I really doubted that I was going to be able to get out of this one. But yeah, I would play this. I'd play Toontown and eat up all their bandwidth. The Desktop Destroyer program, 3D Pinball. I never really got into Solitaire because I was always bad at it, but my dad would play this in Solitaire, which is how I found out about it. And then RuneScape, and I would play the games on the Lego website and the Nick.com website, and I've always just really liked playing this game. It's ever since I was like 5 years old. It's a game that I can always, at any point in my life, I've always had it on every computer that I've had because I always like coming back to it because it reminds me of my childhood, and it's just a sort of simple, quiet game that you can easily get lost in, and just simple, straightforward, pleasant puzzle game that, I was able to pick it up even when I was 5 years old, and I'm still able to do it now, and I still have fun with it now. And there you go. That is all the 15 levels that are available in the free version of Snood. Maybe one day I will register and show off all the other levels, or just show off more levels, but I pretty frequently play Snood at the end of streams, like when streams are dying down or in between games. And yeah, I named my previous file Fuck You because I kept fucking losing. Thanks for watching. Please vote in the poll. See you next time for Revenge of the Flying Dutchman and other stuff, as always. So, yeah, see you then for that.